to increase the connection that we have with psychology, and we're very lucky to have Luisa here today from psychology to talk about some of her research. And so without further ado, I'll go ahead and have you give an overview of what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so as you know, I come from the School of Psychology, and I'm doing some research on extremism. And I gave this, or a short version of this talk down in Melbourne a month ago, and it was exactly the same day as they had the Paris attacks on the Champs-Elysees. Today, now I'm giving this talk, and we just this week we had the London attacks on Sunday, not Saturday, and then we had like a minor attack on Melbourne on Monday, and then Paris, Notre Dame yesterday. So yeah, it's timely research. I think that we need to understand these issues a bit better. By saying this, I think that I also need to recognize that what I just said, actually, I'll get there, exemplifies a bit part of the problem, and that is I was a bit ethnocentric, you know, talking about the Paris attacks, the London attacks, the Melbourne, because so for example on Sunday, which was just after the attacks in London, and I was at home and I had a television on, and it was on the ABC News, it was, you know, a whole day reporting about the London attacks. And the thing is that when it is attacks, say, in Istanbul or in Baghdad or in Jakarta, we don't have that much airspace, or they are not given that much airspace as when it is attacks in Western countries. And just to give you an idea, so for example, attacks in the last 30 days, we had 186 Islamic attacks in 27 countries, and 1,497 people died in these attacks. Of these 27 countries, 6 were Western countries. All the others were in Iraq, Syria, India, you know, lots, so not non-Western countries. So actually the majority of these attacks are taking place in non-Western countries. So these, and actually I have some numbers. For, so these, I have it here. So of these 186 attacks, so it was, so this is the last 30 days. It was the Paris one, it's included here yesterday, no one was killed. The Melbourne one on Monday, so 1 person was killed. The London on Saturday, 7 people were killed. In Manchester, 22. There was one in the USA, Florida, 2 people were killed. And one in Italy, no one was killed. So yeah, so we give lots of airspace to the attacks that take place in Western countries, and not so much in those that are not. And this is, in a way, this illustrates the nature of the problem, because when there is an attack in London or Paris, it is they are killing one of us. It's an attack on us. If it is an attack in Indonesia or in Syria or whatever it may be, it's an attack on one of them. And this illustrates a bit of the nature of the problem and the world that we are living in. It is us and them view that we have of the world. So if it is an attack on us, or an attack on Western countries, they are attacking us. Only in a non-Western country, they are attacking them, and we don't care as much. So, just a short introduction to it, and because I thought that this is important to mention, because it illustrates part of the problem. that it's not just them that are against us, but we also make these divisions, us and them. Okay, so normally, just go more into the issue. So these days, normally, when we think about terrorism attacks or extremism, radicalization, these are the big, it is ISIS, Boko Haram, not as prominent as ISIS, but these are the people that we think about. But terrorism has been around or extremism, radicalization has been around for a long time. We are all aware of the ETA, the separatist group in Baskia. The IRA, which also has been around so actually ETA, I think it was last week or the week before that they actually decided that, okay, they have now disarmed. The IRA, they have also started to disarm, but they are still there and they've been around for a long, long time. This is an organization that you may not know as well. This is the German Red Army, so it's a leftist organization. The German Red Army faction, which operated for around 30 years and killed lots of people. They are not around anymore. And also the Tamil Tigers. So these are probably the organizations that we are most familiar with. They are really not around anymore either.
They are in Canada.
They are in Canada.
Yeah.
So what?
Gangs, Tamil Tigers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And trying to what? So they organize and still trying to separate or fight.
They rape, they sell drugs. It's a problem.
So they take the identity of the Tamil Tigers.
And they are Sri Lankans in oh wow. So they haven't really. So in Sri Lanka they have. They are really not really around anymore, sort of. But so in Canada they are still active.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like neo-Nazi groups.
Okay, but those are not, although those may be the groups that have killed most people, let's say, that have been most violent, but we also know groups as the Ku Klux Klan. And possibly less well known, I don't know whether you have heard of the Stormfront, which is an organization that operates mostly, they have an internet site, so they operate mostly on the internet and they get people joining them through the internet. They started in America, but they have spread to Europe, they have spread also to Australia. And these you must have heard about, the attack in Norway, which he was affiliated with this organization, the Stormfront. So this is, we could say, white white supremacy, the organizations for white supremacism. Australia also has an organization, the United Patriots Front, which is also contains or have lots of neo-Nazi people affiliated with them. So we can say that these people have, killed anyone as far as I know. So what they did, there was actually a court case not long ago. So when they had, I don't know whether there was an the Q&A program on ABC, and when they had this person who was a Muslim person in this thing, I think it was a radical that got his voice heard on the Q&A program. Do you know about that? All right, doesn't matter. So anyway, so these people to protest against him being able to have a voice in the ABC, so they stage beheading of a dummy outside somewhere in Bendigo. So, and then they were tried for that. They are a sprinter group from Reclaim Australia. And then we also have groups like these. They don't kill people, but they damage property, and and incur, financial problems with, people that deal with animals. So what unites, even though they don't kill people, but they use violent methods? So we could say that they also are radicalized people, and they also are extremists. Now, let me see. Yes. Okay. So now let's go into what is actually radicalization and what is extremism. Because we use these words interchangeably. We talk about terrorism, we talk about extremism, we talk about radicalization. And, but it's not, they are these three words, they are associated with each other, but they mean different things. Radicalization. So here, this is a process. It is actually the process of becoming an extremist. And the definition is the process through which people come to support or adopt extremist ideas. So these people, they believe the system is not legitimate, so in a way it is also the legitimization of the political system, because that's what they want. And they want to achieve social change. Then what kind of change they want, that's a different story, but they want to achieve social change. Extremism, on the other hand, it is, we could say that in a way it's the end product of the process of radicalization. And that is, yes, it is associated with non-normative ideology, and here, so there is, what I want to say here is that there is a caveat here, and I will get to it. So we have violent extremism, which is that people believe that violent and harmful actions against individuals or groups that all beliefs contrary to my own are defensible. So it's okay to kill people, it's okay to harm people. That's violent extremism. And so what the caveat here is people. Because these people, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, they were seen as extremists. They were seen as radicals and sometimes even as terrorists. But I think that you wouldn't want to put those three people in the same basket as, for example, this is a person maybe not so well known. He is the leader, he is the leader for the Islamic State. You wouldn't want to put these three men in the same basket as this one, right? And that is because the three first ones, they may be extremists, but it's because they hold non-normative beliefs. So it is, they hold beliefs, they want to change the status quo, but they don't want to change the status quo through violent means. So that's the difference. But yeah, it was the case. So for example, Margaret Thatcher, she labeled or defined the ANC, not exactly Nelson Mandela, but the ANC as a terrorist group.